Hello, Uta here of Trans Widow, Uta Hagen YouTube channel, and WordPress blog, utahagengrasswidow.wordpress.com. This, these are irises of the Winterfest variety, which bloom white, and they had buds out. It is now really mid-November, and so I cut them to see if they will open up and bloom. Now, I am in this period before I have the cataract surgery when I'm not seeing very well out of my right eye. Um, and I'm starting to really look forward to the improvement that this surgery will make for me. So, I'm just here up in the curated woods for a few days, busily digging up my dahlia bulbs. In one of the next ones, I will show you a dahlia bulb. And but what I'm bringing to you today is yet another detransitioner lawsuit, and this one is in my hometown. So I have some comments about it. I also wanted to mention that when I put up something else, I think it was about Shapeshifter, the detransitioner, suing Fenway Gender Clinic. And I put a link to my WordPress blog, utahagengrasswidow.wordpress.com, all one word. There was suddenly a warning when people clicked on that, saying that this is a dangerous site to go to. Do you still want to go there? And so I assume that I have a netty friend out there who is watching what I do and finding my comments on other channels and creating warnings about how dangerous I am. Very interesting. Little old, almost 67-year-old me. Oh, also, the channel now has its first birthday. I was figuring that out because I looked at how many views were up in 365 days, and like it went down. And so then I thought, aha, I have to look up the lifetime views. And we are well above 142,000. We're on our way to 143,000 views. And thank you for sharing. Please do click like. And another thing I've noticed is that we're not getting as many comments. And please let me know in the comments if you are getting these responses from YouTube to your comments where you get warned that you've been blocked for 24 hours or something, or that your comments are violating some rule. I've been getting that pretty often now, even though my comments usually are just encouraging the other gender critical YouTube channels. So that's just an interesting thing to note. This lawsuit, which we can't name the detransitioner because she's trying to remain anonymous. She is suing Dr. Catherine Gast at the University of Wisconsin-Madison Hospital, who did the double mastectomy when she was 21. And so it was filed last Wednesday. Okay, the other doctor is Dr. J. Lick. Performed a hysterectomy on her when she was 19. And she is a detransitioner. She regrets it. I completely understand how someone growing up in the Madison area could be brainwashed and indoctrinated and captured into the trans ideology, because Madison has this very strong culture of rebelliousness. And for some reason, this very drastic series of medicalizations that is followed and falsely called affirmative care is viewed politically as this rebellion against the status quo, which is very strange because what they're encouraging these young people to do is dress in a very sex stereotypical way and behave in sex stereotypes instead of um, uh, acknowledging that so-called male and female characteristics are just a blend that sometimes women are more strident and sometimes men are more acquiescent, and then there's all the other kind of sex stereotypical dressing, which often has to do with sexual signaling. Anyway, here we go. This was from Jessica Van Eggeren of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. A lawsuit filed in Dane County Circuit Court alleges that two UW hospital surgeons performed gender-affirming surgeries on a young woman without her informed consent. According to the lawsuit filed last Wednesday, Dr. J. Lick performed a hysterectomy on the patient when she was 19, and Dr. Catherine Gast performed a double mastectomy on the patient when she was 21. While in her late teens, the woman diagnosed herself with gender dysphoria, a clinical symptom defined by the AAP as a sense of alienation to some or all of the physical characteristics or social roles of one's assigned gender. Gender dysphoria is also recognized in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the DSM, and the suit alleges malpractice and failure to obtain informed consent by both doctors, negligence by the hospital, discrimination under the Affordable Care Act against the doctors and the hospital, and the denial of benefits and care that they would have provided to a non-transgender woman. Okay, so the law firm is Eklund and Blando, filed the case on behalf of the woman who is now 23. So this is just 2 years after the double mastectomy that she's having regrets. Daniel Craig, speaking to the Journal Sentinel from the firm's Minneapolis office, said Friday that the complaint was under a temporary seal to protect the woman's identity. And I wanted to address this because I really do believe that they're going to have to be realistic with her, and that what they have to organize is protection and support around her, because I really highly doubt that she will be able to maintain this anonymity. Craig is the lead attorney on the case. A hearing is set for sometime very soon for a permanent protective order to conceal the woman's identity. Well, I hope that she can feel protected by that. The case also names the University of Wisconsin Hospitals and Clinics Authority, the organization that owns UW Hospital, and the Injured Patients and Families Compensation Fund, which compensates patients who are injured or the family of those who die as a result of medical malpractice cases. The hospital declined to comment on specifics of the pending case, but said in a statement on Friday that its providers care deeply for the health and well-being of patients and work hard every day to ensure patients receive the best possible care. Both of my parents had surgeries at that hospital. Most likely, they had the same kind of surgery that I'm going to be having down in Brooklyn, which is cataract surgery, over there at the UW hospital. The World Professional Association for Transgender Health, in other words, WPATH, recommends that healthcare professionals assess whether a patient had a persistent childhood history of gender dysphoria, especially emerging at the onset of puberty, to determine whether gender-affirming care is appropriate. Any course of action must include a team of healthcare professionals, mental health, and medical professionals to reach the best decision, according to the WPATH. The lawsuit comes as bills to ban or limit the activities of this care are increasingly popping up in state legislatures across the country. A recent effort underway in Wisconsin would bar healthcare providers from conducting or making referrals for certain medical practices for youth under age 18 if done for the purpose of changing the minor's body to correspond to a sex that is discordant with the minor's biological sex. So that's interesting. The bill is called Help Not Harm. Passed both houses of the state legislature, and Governor Tony Evers has said he will veto the bill. It's just very important, I believe, to highlight these malpractice lawsuits. I believe that it will actually cause the doctors to pause and to stop making recommendations that their patients who are having some kind of mental psychiatric distress over their sex, to stop them recommending drastic surgeries, medicalizations, irreversible changes that are involved with sex trait modifications. I plan to show you some of my bulbs. I'm sort of letting them dry a bit and going to brush off the dirt so I can show you the dahlia bulbs, which have to go packed away into some moss and material in boxes in my basement. I'm very pleased with how they increased over the summer, and so that might be one of my last natural artifacts. Please do like and subscribe and share as much as possible. I detect that people are reticent about commenting now, and I'm really wondering if there are battalions of Netties, Nettie being my pen name for my ex-husband. I wonder if they are organizing battalions to attack commenters and so on my channel. Since my channel, my link to my WordPress blog, which is really just giving my commentary on these lawsuits, these malpractice lawsuits, and commentaries on the information I get from my fellow sisterhood of trans widows. Be well, always. Do go outside and refresh your body and soul in nature.